Welcome back. It is Saturday, September 2nd, and the MLB. Our five favorite picks are on the way. It's Austin, joined by Logan, joined today by a special guest, long overdue. Get it out. The Brooms are here, baby. A 3-0 day on Friday. Let's talk about it. Brewers money line. What a roller coaster it was. It was looking sweat-free. Then Trey Turner, the COS Hall of Famer, tried to screw us. And then the Brewers come up and clutch back at the bottom of the eighth, get it done. Bobby Wood Jr., speaking of a no-sweat bet, that was him. He had a home run in his first at-bat. Mariners under 2.5 in the first 7. Team total was free. Their full game team total was free, as well as they only score 1 run. A beautiful day, 9-1 run. Let's continue that momentum into Saturday. Hopefully, we've been helping you guys out. If you are new, do us a favor. Go down below, hit that subscribe button, drop a like too. If you've been winning with us, let's continue and dominate September. And let's finish this regular season strong going into October baseball. Now, I have 2 notes. Number 1, our college football best bets video was posted yesterday afternoon. Go check it out. I went 2-0 on Friday. Let's hopefully continue that momentum going into Saturday. We got 5 picks in that video. I'll link it at the top of the description. Go check it out. Also be linked in the pinned comment and at the end of this video. You can definitely check that out. And number 2, my second note is you can get $200 in bonus bets on the MLB today on Bet365. We always talk about Bet365. It's available in your state. I don't know what you're waiting on. Get their book because it's one of the best ones for hit parlay odds. There's a reason we do our hit parlays over there because there's normally a great, big bonus doing them there. So if you're in New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia, Colorado, or Iowa, make sure you sign up using the top link in the description. Deposit $10. You make a $1 money line bet on any MLB team. Even if they lose, it doesn't matter. You get those $200 in bonus bets. You can tail those for hit parlays and get much better odds than you might see on a FanDuel book. But all those details down below in the description. Logan, I'm going to lead things off, and I'm going to go to a team that I'm rocking their jersey. I'm going for my first pick of the day. The Baltimore Orioles taking their team total over 4.5 runs, -120 on PointsBet. This was about -125, I think, on MGM and FanDuel. It was a tad too juiced on DraftKings, sitting at -140. Don't lay that juice, in my opinion. You won't really see us go anywhere into the -140 territory. Normally, -135 is kind of my number. Then I'm like, all right, I'll play that. Anything higher, I'm out. Let's talk about the Orioles, though. They're coming off a bad game. 2 runs last night. They went 8 for 34 as a team, 235. Guys like Adley, Rutschman, Santander both didn't get a hit. I think those guys will bounce back. They're also only 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. This is a team in the Orioles that when the hits come, the runs come in a plenty. We know this team can put up runs and like it's going out of style. Let's hope our boy Ryan Mountcastle, who was out last night, a late scratch. Hopefully he's back in the lineup today. Saw he had props listed, so hopefully he's back out there. Obviously Ryan, big time hitter for this team that they rely on in that 2 or that 4 spot for him. But you look at the Orioles, lost 2 in a row. They lost that last game in the White Sox series, lost this game. A fun fact, the Orioles have actually only lost 3 in a row twice this season. I think they had 1 3-game losing streak and they had 1 4-game losing streak. Still never been swept by a team in, 79 series. I have no idea how long that streak is going. But either way, I like them to get to Slade Sassoni, I believe, who's going to start for the Diamondbacks. He's got a 2.57 ERA and a 0.9 whip. Great stats, it looks like. Not a lot of starts to his name. His expected ERA is 3.98, though, so expect some regressions on the way. And this is a guy that throws heavy four-seam fastball 60% of the time for a great hitting team like the Orioles. Throwing one pitch like that, especially a fastball, I don't think will be a good recipe for success against them. Sassoni's not a guy that really goes far into games. This is a guy that maybe goes 5 innings pitched max if they're lucky. I think the Orioles can chase him out of this one early and get to that Diamondbacks bullpen, which this bullpen has not been great over the last 2 weeks. D-backs 21st in bullpen ERA right below 5, and they also just used their best relievers yesterday because they were trying to secure that win. They used Nelson, Ginkel, and Sewald. I wouldn't be surprised if, number 1, those guys don't pitch again today because you normally don't like to pitch relievers 2 times in a row. And number 2, if they don't pitch, they're going to put in some other guys that I've seen this Diamondbacks bullpen. When those guys aren't pitching, those bullpen guys are liable for giving up a couple runs. So I think the Orioles will get some runs early in this game. They should have plenty of opportunities late in this one as well. I think those guys are going to bounce back, like Santander and Rutschman, both going 0 for. Those guys are obviously great hitters. They can get it done. Both likely batting lefty as well, which I prefer that. I prefer that especially for Santander to bat lefty. But either way, I like this Orioles team to bounce back. Only scoring 2 runs yesterday. The team really didn't hit as well. Hopefully Ryan's back in the lineup. I like them to get us at least 5 runs. Give me the Orioles team total over 4.5 as my first pick of the day. But Logan, you had another team total. Where are you going today?
Yeah, I like your team total a lot, and I'll raise you one. I'm taking the Cardinals' first 5 team total over 2.5 runs, -135 on DraftKings, currently your best value there. Now, I would probably play this one up to -145. If it does go to 3.5, I would pivot to a few things, right? I pivot to either their full game team total over. You were getting really good plus value on that one, or Cardinals -1.5, which you were also getting plus value on. Now, look, the Cardinals -1.5 was like my original kind of drawing me to this game because the Cardinals are a nasty pick. They're a nasty pick, especially most of this year, but you got to trust the process on this one a little bit. Cardinals are heavy favorites today, and the books expect big things from their offense. If you're just kind of looking at the lines in this one, the last time Rom pitched for the Cardinals, he got lit up by the Pirates. So you would have to think the books are expecting the Cardinals to be able to dominate the Pirates bullpen game, because that's what the odds indicate. The odds indicate that the offense will be there for the Cardinals because their team total set to 5.5, which isn't something you usually see from a team that's virtually given up on the season. The Cardinals have been hapless. They've been snake bitten. They've been everything bad that can go wrong with this team does go wrong for this team. And that's why I'm not taking their full game run line, because I don't want to ask their pitchers or their bullpen to do anything productive, because we know they just haven't done that this year. But I do like them to get to Thomas Hatch, the starter for the Pirates today. 3.2 ERA and a 1.58 whip. First of all, that whip is really high for that low ERA. I'm expecting some regression, definitely from him. And 11 plate appearances against Hatch. The Cardinals have a 274 expected batting average and a 384 expected slugging. So the expected numbers are pretty decent. They should be able to get at least a few hits and run scoring opportunities against Hatch. I don't know how long he even goes into this game. But you look at the Cardinals at home, this is an offense that I do want to back because they're hitting 253 in their last 5 games, which is a solid enough average. Now, if they were hitting like 220 or 215, so just something garbage like that, you would not see me on them today. This is an offense that normally, on the road, can't trust them as far as I can throw them. But at Busch Stadium, I will go ahead and take a shot on them. You look at over the last 2 weeks, the Pirates are 20th in bullpen ERA at a 4.36. I mean, that's not that great of a bullpen ERA. And I think, obviously, with going with a bullpen game, you're going to see new arms, every few innings. And I think that actually does benefit the Cardinals in this one. Even though the Pirates shut down the Cardinals yesterday, they did use some bullpen arms. I don't know who's available or what the game plan is. Obviously, I could speculate, but I don't feel like doing that. You just look at the lines in this game. I'll take my chances with a Cardinals team that is 5th in hits and 10th in runs at home this year. If I told you they were like a top 10 offense in those categories, you would not believe it at all because of how bad the record's been this year. But they've just been sold by so many bad bullpen things. They've like I said, they've been a snake bitten team most of the year. And I just don't think after scoring 1 run through 9 innings yesterday, you would see their full game team total set at 5.5 if the books did not expect their offense to be there today. So I'll go ahead and take my chances on the first 5 team total over, just because I like that number at 2.5 a little bit better. I'll lay a little bit of juice on that one and go ahead and take that as my first pick. But Austin, got another player prop for us? What you going with?
Yes, I have a great segue. I have a new shirt, and it's going to go with the guy that's on my shirt, Yordan Alvarez. Now, as a slight segue, this is a shirt that my wife got me in the P.O. box opening. So, who's your daddy? Hopefully, Yordan is ours daddy today, and hopefully shows up in a big way, because we're taking his over 1.5 bases. If you want to go check out the P.O. box opening, we got a ton of cool stuff. Go check it out. I'll link it at the end of this video as well. You guys have shown a ton of love and support. It's on our second channel. Definitely go subscribe to it if you want to show some love to the Call on our Shot crew. But yesterday, if you backed Yordan, you got wrecked. He went 0 for 1 with a walk and 2 hit by pitches. Now, I didn't watch the game, so I didn't see if the hit by pitches. I don't think those were intentional. I would think I would have seen it if they were intentional. But either way, Yordan's coming out for some revenge today, and I love his matchup. Now, Yordan batting 292 this season. He's batting 275 at home, 276 versus right-handed pitchers. He's going to face Luis Severino today, a right-handed pitcher. So pretty good splits for Yordan. And the question I have to ask is, Luis Severino back to being good, or the last 2 starts a fluke? Because he's looked good the last 2 starts. I have to see it to believe it. Both those starts were at home. He's got to do it on the road for me. And he's allowing a 340 batting average on the road, allowing a 329 batting average to lefties, including a 1.011 OPS. Now, Yordan has seen Severino before, 2 for 9 with a home run. The last time he saw him, I believe the last at bat he saw Severino was that home run. I believe that was in Yankee Stadium. And I really do think Yordan's going to come through here today. We look at the pitches that over the last 30 days Severino's been throwing. There's 4 main pitches, a lot of 4 seams, 44% of the time, 23% cutter, 20% slider, and 11% changeup. You look at Yordan's expected batting average, 289, 291, 263, and 376. Look, good chance we don't see a lot of changeups today, but sometimes when you have a guy that Severino might be scared of, he might not throw him fastballs. He might actually tee him up for a changeup, trying to get him to chase, for the fastball. And that might be something that Yordan will be able to take advantage of. Yordan also a guy with obviously elite power. I think there's a chance he hits a homer today. 62% hard hit percentage versus the 4-seam, 50% versus the cutter, those top 2 pitches. So look, Yordan, I was looking at the to record a hit odds in this game, and Yordan was the number 1 guy. And I was very surprised to see him above Altuve, who screwed our parlay of the day. But if he plays today, obviously he should have probably better odds, also above guys like Kyle Tucker and those guys. So the fact that Jordan was number one in this one, and he's not beating out any infield singles, I think there's a good chance that Jordan gets a hold of one today. Hopefully he sends it into the gap or even into the bleachers. I think he's got a great chance. Love the matchup today. Getting minus 110 on DraftKings. Obviously wish we were getting better odds. It probably played up to about minus 125, but should be about minus 110 or so across all the books. Maybe it goes up a little bit more just because we juice these player props sometimes, but still you shouldn't be paying more than minus 120 for Jordan. I think he has a good chance of getting us 2+ bases. So Jordan Alvarez, I hope you get it done today, buddy. We're taking you for over 1.5 bases. But Logan, you had another play. Where are you going today?
Yeah, I've got a hit parlay for us. I'm taking Marcus Semien of the Rangers and Christian Yelich of the Brewers, each to record a hit. Minus 106 odds on FanDuel, currently your best value. Now, we do always try to look at Bet365 because normally they do have the best odds, and we don't like taking hit props on FanDuel because normally they're one of the worst odds. But if you are taking it on FanDuel, you need to check to see if both these guys are in the lineup before placing it. Just don't hit place. Even though, I know it's tempting because there's a chance, maybe Yelich or Semien gets scratched. Who knows? And FanDuel, if they pinch hit, will grade it as a loss. So you just always have to remember that. Let's talk about Marcus Semien, though. He's the first leg of this hit parlay. He faces Dallas Keuchel and the Twins today. Semien's coming off an 0-for-3 game with a hit by pitch yesterday. He should bounce back with a hit today. You look at home, Semien hitting 277 this season, 292 last month at home. He was a really good hitter at home. He was oftentimes one of the guys I wanted to target in hit parlays, playing specifically at home, though. On the road, he's a little bit of a shakier hitter, but again, he's seen Dallas Keuchel plenty of times in his career. Semien 13 for 45, hitting 289 against Keuchel in his career. When Semien just saw Keuchel, he saw him just recently, in the past few weeks. He went 1 for 2 and had a walk in that game. So he has seen Keuchel recently. He has a hit against Keuchel recently. I expect him to have plenty of chances to get a hit against Keuchel or even the Twins bullpen. We saw plenty of their bullpen arms as well. A lot of those games against the Twins and the Rangers when they played back in Minnesota went late game innings, and the Twins had to use several of their bullpen arms. So Semien should have some familiarity. I would be really shocked if he had back-to-back games without a hit, especially at home. And then the second leg is Christian Yelich against the Phillies. Like Semien, Yelich had a hitless day yesterday. He went 0 for 4. He really almost had a hit in there. He shot one up the middle. Trey Turner made a ridiculous play on it, and I was like, come on, Trey. You're doing me no favors when I pick against you, man. So he was a bit unlucky that he didn't get a hit yesterday. And at home, funny enough, Yelich is actually on a 4-game hitless streak, and I'm declaring that ends today. Christian Yelich will get a hit today against Aaron Nola. He's seen Aaron Nola plenty in his career. He's 10 for 33, hitting 303 against the right-handed pitcher for the Phillies. Now, on the road, too, Aaron Nola, normally not a guy I want to back at all. 5.26 ERA and a 251 opponent's batting average on the road this year. Aaron Nola just isn't the same pitcher on the road than he is at home. He's had some good games on the road, but it's just few and far between. I'll go ahead and take my chances. With the 282 batting average at home this year, Yelich is poised to get a hit today. Even if it doesn't come against Aaron Nola, there should be hit opportunities against the Phillies bullpen as well. You saw what happened yesterday. Free hits, free runs, late game. Yeah, the Phillies bullpen is not one I can trust. I think there should just be hit opportunities all day long for Christian Yelich. So I'll go ahead and take him as the second leg of that hit parlay. But Austin, once again, you goofball. I see you changed jerseys for us. What else are you going with?
Oh, we got a hit parlay to raise yours, Logan. I'm rocking my new Phillies jersey. I tried to have it for our Phillies video that we recorded for the second channel that we posted, I believe, 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's Bryce Harper, and we're going to Mookie Betts. Each to record a hit, you're getting +1 of that, 102 value on Bet365. I couldn't give odds for FanDuel because I don't really know the odds right now. They don't have odds for the Dodgers game because the Dodgers pitcher is still in limbo. But for DraftKings, if you are there, I think both these guys are 1.5 hits. But as always, I normally would same game parlay them and take each of their respective teams. So the Phillies, in this case, and the Dodgers to each score at least 2 runs. I think that's a pretty safe one. Now, we're back in 2 guys, just like Logan, that didn't get a hit yesterday. Law of averages, they're both probably due, and I love their matchups today. It's not just like go through the logs and say, these guys didn't have a hit. We're loading them into the parlay. We also have to look at the matchups because we're not just going to back a guy just because he went 0 for yesterday. But I like both these guys to get it done. Let's talk about Bryce Harper, the guy that I'm rocking his jersey. He's batting .305 on the year. He had a hit in 9 straight games prior to yesterday. He's facing Colin Ray, who's allowing a 258 batting average to lefties. Obviously, Bryce is the lefty. I think that batting average goes down to about 230 or so against right-handed batters. Now, Bryce actually has seen Ray before, 0 for 5 in his career. If that doesn't scream due, I don't know what does. Yesterday, we talked about 2 guys in our Dimers hit parlay. We had Luis Arraez. I think Ronald Acuna. Both two guys that had actually struggled in their respective matchups, each easily got a hit done. And I think that's a guy like Bryce Harper. I don't think it's just because Colin Ray has his number. I think it's just been, luck based. And I think Bryce gets it done today. You look at Ray, he's going to throw a couple different pitches, 3 of them mostly. Sinker, four-seam, and cutter, all 25% of the time. Bryce hitting 400, 318, and 321 versus those pitches. Look, I'll take my chances that Bryce Harper can get it done. They're obviously on the road, so they're going to be guaranteed to hit for 9 innings. I think he could easily get it done. Hopefully in his first at-bat versus Ray, but I think he'll have plenty of chances. I think he'll have at least one hit when it's all said and done. Now, on the other side of the corner, you had Mookie Betts, who screwed a lot of people's hit parlays, I imagine, yesterday. He went 0 for 3, I believe. Then he got pinch hit in his final at-bat. Weird game for them, as I think Freddie Freeman got pinch hit as well, as the Dodgers have now lost 2 straight to the Braves. Looking to avoid, losing 3 straight. It wouldn't be a sweep if they lost today. They do play tomorrow as well. But obviously, I don't really need to tell you how good Mookie Betts has been. I mean, 315 on the year, 339 at home. In August, 455, which is ridiculous. Now, obviously, September did not start off to the best start he would like to do, but I think he bounces back here today against Bryce Elder. We got seen 3 times, 2 for 3 again. So good matchup here. We look at Mookie, this guy that's obviously been bouncing back all year long. The times that he doesn't get a hit in back-to-back games are few and far between. And I think he's going to step up here today for a Dodgers team, trying to avoid losing 3 straight. And we look at over the last 30 days, Elder has thrown a slider and sinker, both 45% of the time. Those are basically the only 2 pitches he throws. Mookie's batting average for those 2, 330 and 362. I don't need to come out here and tell you, hey, Mookie Betts is a good hit parlay kind of candidate. This guy's been so good all year long. So good in August. And I think September will be a really good month as he's trying to push for that MVP against Ronald Acuna. But either way, Bryce Harper and Mookie Betts both to get a hit. 2 of the best hitters in the game, plus 102 on Bet365. Shouldn't actually get terrible value on FanDuel as well. Bryce Harper was about minus 240 to get a hit. I don't know what Mookie's line is, but given they have a little bit of respect towards Bryce Elder, I don't think his line will be minus 400. So should get decent odds on FanDuel. That's the only place you can play it on. But a reminder, if you can play it on Bet365, or if you haven't signed up for a Bet365 account, I definitely recommend it. Use our link down below in the top of the description. If you're in New Jersey, Ohio, Virginia, Colorado, or Iowa, you can get those $200 in bonus bets. All the details down below. But let's have a great Saturday. Let's have a great Saturday in our college football video, which I will link on the screen right now. You can go check out that P.O. box opening where I pulled out that Jordan Alvarez shirt, pulled out a bunch of cool things. Go check it out. Show the second channel some love. We certainly would appreciate it. We have a bunch of videos, new video every single Wednesday. So go check out that. We toured a bunch of MLB stadiums together. Let's have a great Saturday, Logan. Let's continue this 9-1 run. And we'll see you guys back in tomorrow with that broom. And hopefully we'll see you guys then. Peace.